The 2013 season for us, the women's soccer program, started off with high expectations. We had a lot of returning seniors and some upperclassmen and just some very talented younger players on the team, and we were looking forward to a very good year. The coaching staff, knowing that, scheduled the season to be very competitive. So our non-conference schedule throughout the year was a very competitive one. And the concept behind that was to test this group because we felt they had some expectations and wanted to see what they could do. And then in addition, we wanted to see and prepare them for the postseason. And that's how we approached the season, and that was our initial plan going into things. As the season began and progressed, we were very pleased with how the team was playing. Throughout the start of the season, we didn't get the results that we had hoped as far as just the wins, but the games were very good and very close. We dropped some close games to some top 25 type teams and tough competition by a goal or two, and the performances overall were solid. So starting the season, we were optimistic. As things progressed, the team continued to play well, stayed relatively healthy. And we were pleased and optimistic. As we moved into the conference season, we picked up some season-ending injuries to 3 of our key players, and that for us marked a bit of a turning point in our season. As up until that point, while the girls have been playing great and competing, we hadn't got the results. Then we added on top of that a couple injuries right at the start of the conference season, and us as coaches were a little bit definitely concerned about how the team would respond to that. But from our standpoint, it turned out to be a very good thing for the girls for a couple of reasons. Naturally, there's cons to losing talented players because you don't have them on the field any longer. That being the case, we also knew we had some younger, talented kids that were just going to have to step up and have an opportunity to be tested. And of course doing it through the conference season, which in reality is what you prepare for. And we prepare to win the regular season, and we prepare to win the postseason, which is again why we push them with the regular season schedule this year. So we went after it after we lost some players, and turned out to be a very good thing for us. The girls that were sort of on reserve up until those losses really stepped up and showed their worth as players and as teammates. And we went on a stretch of losing only 1 game from that point after we lost those players to injuries, and got a good seed into the conference tournament after winning, I believe, 4 out of 5 of our last games and playing very, very good soccer as well. I mean, the cohesion on the field was nice, the movement was nice, the energy was nice, so it was a pleasant surprise to see the team take a positive turn after having such a, I don't want to call it a disappointing start because they really did play well, but just not getting the results that we had hoped from such a talented team. So we ended the regular season with a 2nd seed into the conference tournament, and again, still resting, our hopes on, our young talented girls, and going into the conference tournament, we again, I don't want to say had doubts, but definitely wanted to see what would happen, and we stepped into the semifinal against the College of St. Mary's, who had one of their best seasons in the past 5 or 6 years. I believe they were 13-5 at the end of the season, playing very good soccer as well. We stepped into that semifinal game and really took it to them. Scored a bunch of goals. I believe the final score of the game is 6-3, and Mercy Darkoa put 5 in the back of the net that day for us, which was outstanding. And again, we stepped from that game into the conference final, which was going up against Oklahoma Wesleyan, which was a very talented team. They were on a 13-game unbeaten streak at the time. They hadn't lost since mid-September, so about 2 months. So they were really playing well and very confident. And our team attacked the moment, and we were thrilled to see that. They came out flying, and not only did they just win the game, they also dominated the game and proved to everyone, to me, that they really were prepared and that they had what it took to compete at that level. So from there, they poured their hearts out into that game. From there, we won the conference tournament, advanced to the national tournament. We didn't get the draw we wanted. Ended up down in Florida, which was hot, and we'd been training in 40-degree weather. I think the heat, the travel, and just the overall wear and tear on the team throughout the season got to the girls in the first round of the national tournament. We took a bit of a drubbing, but from our standpoint, those younger girls that will be returning next year did get the experience that they needed to take steps forward into the 2014 season. So overall, we were very pleased with how things went this year. As far as our seniors, I can't say enough about these girls. Beyond just this year, which I believe tested this group of seniors, these 3 seniors that made it through the year to the fullest. Tested their character, tested their desire, their determination. It tested everything about them athletically and, of course, as a part of a team as well. And they rose to the occasion. After losing players, the 3, Jenica Bloom, Emily Hester, and Bailey Moore, really stepped up and committed themselves to winning, playing hard, and making it a team effort. And I couldn't be more pleased about them and what they did to finish the season and where they took us as a group towards the end of the season. This is the first group of girls that can say they made the national tournament all 4 years that they were here at Bellevue. They've won 4 conference tournaments in a row, 2 regular season conference championships, and finished with winning 52 games in 4 years, which I think is an outstanding accomplishment for those 3 girls. So I'm very proud of them, and I'm looking forward to those 3 doing great things in their life ahead.